Hello, my friends. Welcome to your special space for a 1 to a 2 English listening practice, where we take learning one step at a time, carefully and joyfully. This is your place to listen, practice, and gradually grow in English in a way that feels natural and achievable. In every episode, I will speak slowly and clearly, carefully choosing simple words and repeating sentences so you can listen, repeat, and shadow my voice. This isn't just about memorizing words. It's about building a habit of speaking, thinking, and even dreaming in English. So settle in, take a deep breath, and let's embark on a journey to describe your day in full, natural sentences. By the end of this episode, you will not only be able to say simple phrases like, I wake up or I eat, but you will confidently describe your entire day in English, using words that feel alive and useful, ready for real-life conversations. Today, we focus on the simple yet incredibly effective idea of talking about your daily life. You may wonder, why should we start here? The answer is simple. Your day is real, it's immediate, and it belongs to you. Unlike abstract topics like history, science, or politics, talking about your day requires no heavy research or complex vocabulary. You already know your daily routine. You already know what you eat for breakfast, what you do in the afternoon, and how you feel in the evening. You can immediately start speaking in full sentences about your own life. This is authentic English, the kind you will use with real people in real situations. The beauty of this practice is that you don't need to be perfect. You only need to try. Each attempt strengthens your ability to think in English, to stop translating in your mind, and to communicate naturally. Imagine this scenario. You meet someone new and they ask, "What did you do today?" If you've practiced describing your day before, answering becomes simple and confident. You might say, I woke up at 7. I went to work. I had coffee and answered emails. In the evening, I made dinner and watched TV. Just like that, you are engaging in real conversation, using full sentences that express your life clearly and naturally. You are no longer limited to single words or fragmented phrases. Even if you are practicing alone, shy, or outside an English classroom, you can still build your speaking confidence by narrating your day. Start small. Ask yourself simple questions like, what did I do today? What time did I wake up? What did I eat? Where did I go? What did I do in the evening? These questions are tools guiding you to recall vocabulary, form complete sentences, and gradually think in English without stress. One of the most powerful habits is to practice talking about your day at different times. In the morning, you can reflect on yesterday. In the evening, you can review today. Recording yourself and listening back is an excellent way to notice your progress and refine your sentences. Keep your practice simple. Use the English you already know. Mistakes aren't something to fear. They're proof that you are speaking, learning, and improving. Begin with one sentence today, expand to 2 sentences tomorrow, and soon you will be able to tell a full story about your day with confidence and fluency. Now, let's start with the first part of your day, the morning. Morning is magical. It sets the tone for everything that follows. It gives you energy, focus, and a perfect opportunity to practice English for even just a few minutes. Let's begin with some simple sentences you can use every day. Repeat each one slowly, just like shadowing my voice. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. Pause and repeat. Sometimes I wake up earlier, around 6:30, when I have many things to do. Again, repeat. If I sleep late, I feel tired the next morning. I stay in bed for a few minutes and think about my day. Notice how these sentences are not just words. They describe your life, your choices, and your experiences. You are practicing English that is alive, connected to your world. After waking up, a simple morning routine helps your mind and body transition into the day. You might stretch your arms, take a deep breath, and slowly get out of bed. Walking to the bathroom, brushing your teeth carefully for 2 full minutes, and washing your face with cold water wakes your senses and prepares your body to focus. Some mornings, a quick shower is perfect, especially if sleepiness lingers. Imagine listening to soft music or English audio while you shower, allowing your mind to practice listening effortlessly while completing everyday tasks. After your shower, you dry off and dress in comfortable clothes, or something a bit more formal if you have work or a meeting. Every action is an opportunity to use English, to describe your world internally, and to build the habit of thinking in English. Next comes breakfast, an essential part of your day and an excellent moment to practice language naturally. You might prepare toast with eggs and fruit, a bowl of cereal, or something more elaborate like an omelette or oatmeal. Drinking coffee, green tea, or a light beverage can accompany your meal, helping you wake up and focus. While eating, you might glance at the news, watch a short video, or simply enjoy the quiet moment with birds singing outside. Before leaving the house, check your phone, look at the time, review messages, and pack your essentials: phone, notebook, keys, and water. Step out confidently, knowing that even small daily routines can be narrated in English, building fluency and comfort without effort. Let's put it all together into a flowing morning story you can shadow. Imagine this. In the morning, I usually wake up at around 7 o'clock. Sometimes I wake up earlier if I have many things to do. I lie in bed for a few minutes and think about the day ahead. I stretch my arms, yawn, and slowly get up. Then I walk to the bathroom and brush my teeth for 2 full minutes. After that, I wash my face with cold water. It really helps me wake up. If I feel sleepy, I take a warm shower. I often listen to relaxing music while I shower. It helps me feel calm and focused. After the shower, I put on clean clothes and check my hair in the mirror. Next, I go into the kitchen and start making breakfast. I usually eat 2 pieces of toast with butter and jam, and sometimes I add a boiled egg. I drink a large cup of coffee. That's very important to me. In the morning, while eating, I sit by the window and look outside. Sometimes I hear birds singing, and I enjoy the peaceful moment. Before I leave the house, I check my phone. I look at the time, my to-do list, and my schedule for the day. Then I prepare my bag, making sure I have everything: my phone, wallet, notebook, and sometimes a snack. Finally, I put on my jacket and shoes, open the door, and step outside to begin my day. Notice how this story is more than a list of tasks. It's a narrative, a way to practice English naturally, reflecting your rhythm, thoughts, and feelings. Practicing this daily builds strong habits, helping you move from single words to complete, flowing sentences that sound natural in real life. Each morning is a little different, but by following a routine and speaking about it in English, you create momentum. When you start your day with English, you feel more focused, more aware, and proud of your progress. Even 5 minutes of shadowing or narrating your morning can dramatically improve your fluency and confidence over time. After the morning fades into the afternoon, many people feel a subtle shift in energy, a rhythm change that signals the middle part of the day. This is often the busiest stretch for most of us, whether we go to work, attend classes, manage household responsibilities, or take care of family matters. Yet, even in the midst of busyness, the afternoon presents an incredible opportunity to strengthen your English skills because every task, every interaction, and every moment can be narrated and reflected upon in language that is alive, useful, and immediately applicable. Imagine yourself at your desk after lunch, perhaps a little sleepy, your mind craving focus. You can begin by describing your actions and observations. After lunch, I go back to work. Sometimes I feel a little sleepy, but I take a deep breath and get organized. I check my emails and answer the important ones first, sorting messages from co-workers, classmates, or clients. I make a plan for the afternoon and write a short to-do list to stay on track. By framing your afternoon activities in full sentences, you are creating a mental habit of speaking English as naturally as you would your own thoughts, slowly transforming your routine into a language-rich experience. The afternoon, while often structured and task-driven, is also an excellent space for reflection and intentional practice. Picture yourself attending meetings or working on assignments. You might say, I usually have 1 or 2 meetings in the afternoon. Sometimes I meet with a client or my manager to discuss tasks and progress. If I work from home, I sit at my desk, open my laptop, and focus on reports or presentations. I also check my calendar to see upcoming deadlines and appointments. Describing these ordinary yet structured moments in English helps you articulate your day with clarity. Not only does this reinforce grammar and vocabulary, but it also builds your confidence to discuss schedules, priorities, and responsibilities with others. Even seemingly mundane moments, such as tidying your workspace or organizing documents, can be narrated. I like to keep my desk clean and organized because it helps me think clearly. I take a few minutes to put things in order, making my workspace inviting and ready for focus. Small observations, when expressed in English, accumulate into a powerful practice that trains your mind to think and speak in full sentences without translating. Afternoons often include breaks, which are golden opportunities to enrich both your day and your English. Even a short pause can become a moment of language practice. I usually take a short break around 3 o'clock. I make a cup of tea or drink some water. Sometimes I have a small snack, like fruit or a biscuit. If I have time, I go for a walk outside to get fresh air. Even 10 minutes outdoors helps me feel refreshed and more alert for the tasks ahead. Notice how describing these small details helps you capture the rhythm of your life while reinforcing descriptive English sentences. You are not merely memorizing phrases, you are narrating lived experiences, associating words with real actions, which makes learning much more natural and memorable. You can even enrich these sentences by including personal reflections, such as how the fresh air makes you feel, or what you notice around you, building both vocabulary and expressive fluency. The sunlight feels warm on my face. I hear birds singing and feel calm. Sometimes I see neighbors walking their dogs or children playing outside. These simple observations make my break peaceful and enjoyable, and I describe them in English to practice speaking naturally. Many people dedicate a portion of the afternoon to focused study or personal development, and this is another wonderful moment to integrate English practice. While completing a work task, running errands, or taking a pause to read, you can narrate what you are doing in your mind or aloud. When I have free time, I study English. I might listen to a podcast while walking, read a short story online, or watch a slow English video to improve my listening skills. I pause and repeat sentences, shadowing the speaker to practice pronunciation and rhythm. I also write down new words or phrases in my notebook to remember them better. Shadowing, repeating what you hear in real time, is particularly effective because it trains your mouth, brain, and ears simultaneously. Over time, this practice helps you speak more fluently, accurately, and confidently. Incorporating English into your afternoon, even in small ways, reinforces the habit of thinking and speaking in English, turning everyday life into a living classroom. Let's imagine a flowing afternoon story you can use for shadowing. After lunch, I usually go back to my desk to continue working. I check my emails and write a short to-do list for the rest of the afternoon. Often, I have a video meeting with my team. We talk about what we completed in the morning and what we will focus on next. The meetings are usually short, around 30 minutes, but very productive. After the meeting, I take a short break. I walk to the kitchen and prepare a cup of tea or black coffee. I sip slowly while standing near the window, watching the world outside. Sometimes I step outside for a few minutes to enjoy fresh air. If I have free time, I use it to study English. I might listen to a podcast, read a short story, or watch a slow English video. I pause and repeat sentences to practice speaking. This is shadowing, which helps me speak more naturally and understand better. Before I finish work for the day, I write a short summary of what I did and note one new word I learned. I also write a sentence describing how I feel. For example, I finished my tasks and feel satisfied, or I didn't study much today, but I will try again tomorrow. This reflection keeps me organized, motivated, and ready for the next day. Notice how this narrative captures the rhythm of the afternoon, weaving together work, study, reflection, and brief relaxation. Practicing in this way transforms ordinary routines into meaningful, language-rich experiences. The goal is not perfection. The goal is connection, expression, and confidence. By narrating your actions and feelings in English, you train your mind to create full sentences instinctively, to describe life naturally, and to feel comfortable expressing yourself even in real-world situations. Even if you are busy, distracted, or tired, a few minutes of conscious English narration, speaking aloud or thinking internally, builds your fluency steadily. As the afternoon transitions toward early evening, there is a sense of accomplishment mingled with calm reflection. It is the time to gradually slow down, review what has been done, and prepare for the closing of your workday. You might notice how describing small details sharpens your awareness. I write a short summary of my work, noting what I finished and what remains. I review my calendar for tomorrow and jot down important tasks. I reflect on one thing I did well and one thing I can improve. I also note one new English word I learned today, and I try to use it in a sentence. This habit, though simple, is profound. It not only strengthens English, but also trains your mind to organize, reflect, and communicate thoughts coherently. Early evening is a transition period, bridging the structured activity of the afternoon with the more relaxed, restorative time at home. Practicing English during this time ensures that your language habits extend beyond work or school, becoming part of the natural flow of life. Evening often begins with leaving work or concluding household tasks, and it's a chance to integrate English naturally into reflection and preparation for personal life. You might narrate your journey home, noting small observations. I leave the office around 6 in the evening. On my way home, I notice the changing colors of the sky, the sound of distant traffic, and the calm of the neighborhood. I think about what I accomplished today and what I plan to do tomorrow. Even these small thoughts can be expressed in English, giving me practice and confidence. Incorporating daily sensory experiences, what you see, hear, smell, or feel, helps vocabulary and expression flourish, allowing you to communicate with vividness and clarity. In this way, the afternoon and early evening are not merely hours to survive. They become rich opportunities to practice English in a seamless, natural manner. By describing actions, observations, and feelings in full sentences, shadowing stories aloud, and reflecting on accomplishments, you are strengthening your language habit every day. The key is consistency. Speaking in English daily, even briefly, integrates learning into life, rather than isolating it as a separate task. Small, repeated efforts compound into strong, fluid English that feels natural to speak, think, and even dream in. As the day moves from the structured rhythm of afternoon into the calm of evening, a different energy emerges, one of relaxation, reflection, and winding down. Evening is more than just the end of the workday. It is a special, almost sacred period to slow down, take stock of your accomplishments, and nurture both your body and mind. This is an ideal time to continue practicing English because you have the opportunity to describe what has happened, what you feel, and what you plan next in clear, natural sentences. You might start by narrating the very moment you arrive home. I come home at 6 in the evening. I take off my shoes and sit down for a few minutes to rest. I sometimes watch the news or listen to music to relax. The quiet of my home helps me transition from work to personal time. By putting these experiences into words, you are training yourself to think in English about ordinary yet meaningful moments. Each sentence you form reinforces vocabulary, structure, and natural expression, creating a bridge between everyday life and language practice that feels seamless and intuitive. Evenings often involve routines that are both practical and comforting, such as cooking dinner, spending time with family, or preparing for the next day. Narrating these routines in English makes them more than chores. They become exercises in fluency and confidence. For example, you could describe your evening like this: I cook dinner or order food if I feel tired. I eat dinner at the table with my family. We talk about our day, share stories, and laugh together. After dinner, I clean the kitchen and wash the dishes. Sometimes I take a short walk around the neighborhood. The air is cool, and I enjoy moving my body while reflecting on the day. These small moments are perfect for describing what I did, how I felt, and what I noticed around me. By articulating these experiences aloud or in your mind, you are creating a personal narrative in English, one that mirrors your real life and reinforces the language in context, making it meaningful, memorable, and immediately usable. Even the quiet, personal moments before bedtime are opportunities to practice English in a deep and reflective way. You might narrate the sequence of tasks you follow to prepare for sleep, linking actions to feelings and observations. Before bed, I read a book or listen to calming music. I take a shower, brush my teeth, and change into comfortable clothes. I go to bed around 10:30 or 11. I think about what I accomplished today, the challenges I faced, and what I look forward to tomorrow. Reflecting in English helps me organize my thoughts and practice forming full sentences naturally. This reflection is powerful because it combines self-awareness with language learning, allowing you to express feelings, summarize experiences, and practice narrative skills that strengthen both fluency and confidence. The key is not to rush, speak slowly, think clearly, and allow each sentence to capture your reality in precise, natural English. Evenings are also a time for introspection and motivation. Narrating your feelings, successes, or small setbacks strengthens your ability to communicate complex ideas simply. For instance, you might think, "I am proud of finishing my work tasks today. I feel relaxed and content. I didn't study as much English as I hoped, but I will try again tomorrow. Every day, I improve a little more." By reflecting in this manner, you reinforce self-awareness and resilience while practicing English as a living language rather than a set of abstract exercises. Each sentence you form is a mini-story, a snapshot of your life, full of meaning, rhythm, and personal expression. Over time, these repeated practices transform your fluency from mechanical repetition into authentic, natural English that mirrors the way you think, feel, and experience your world. The evening is also an ideal time to review your progress, connect sentences you learned earlier, and expand your vocabulary by describing details you might have overlooked during the day. For example, you can narrate what you see around your home or outside your window, the sounds you hear, or the atmosphere you feel. I hear the gentle hum of the city outside my window. The sky is dark, dotted with stars. I notice the quiet of the street and feel peaceful. I remember the meetings and tasks from the afternoon, and I feel proud of what I accomplished. I plan tomorrow's schedule in my mind, noting small priorities and important tasks. I even write a short sentence in English describing my emotions. I feel grateful, calm, and ready to rest. By consistently practicing this kind of narrative, your English evolves naturally, integrating vocabulary, sentence structure, and expressive fluency into your everyday life. Another powerful technique during evening reflection is storytelling and shadowing. Imagine creating a flowing story of your entire day, from morning to night, using full sentences and connecting thoughts naturally. In the morning, I woke up at 7. I stretched my arms and slowly got out of bed. I brushed my teeth, washed my face, and took a quick shower while listening to relaxing music. I dressed in comfortable clothes and prepared breakfast, enjoying 2 pieces of toast with butter and jam and a boiled egg. I drank a large cup of coffee while sitting by the window, listening to birds sing. I checked my phone, reviewed my to-do list, and packed my bag before leaving the house. After lunch, I returned to my desk and checked emails, attended meetings, and completed tasks. I took short breaks for tea and fresh air, and I studied English by listening to a podcast and shadowing sentences. In the evening, I came home, rested for a few minutes, cooked dinner, shared stories with my family, and cleaned up. Before bed, I read a book, reflected on the day, and prepared for tomorrow. Shadowing this story aloud, repeating sentences naturally, allows you to practice rhythm, intonation, and fluency, while also reinforcing memory and understanding. Even as night settles, the act of narrating your day encourages calmness and reflection. You might express gratitude, notice small achievements, or think about challenges, all in English. Today, I managed to complete all my tasks and feel proud. I listened to English audio and practiced speaking. I even learned one new word and used it in a sentence. Tomorrow, I will continue practicing and improving. Each day, my English becomes clearer and more natural. Such reflection not only enhances language skills, but also cultivates motivation, self-awareness, and a positive mindset. Every evening spent narrating your day in English strengthens the mental habit of expressing yourself clearly, thoughtfully, and naturally, preparing you to communicate confidently in real life. Finally, as you prepare to close your day, remember that every sentence you spoke, every story you narrated, and every reflection you made is part of your journey toward fluency. Evening and night are the perfect moments to consolidate learning. Review new words, repeat sentences, shadow stories, and reflect on accomplishments. By practicing English consistently, you transform daily routines into immersive learning experiences, creating a seamless bridge between life and language. Speaking English about your day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night, builds confidence, fluency, and natural expression. You are not merely studying English, you are living it, thinking in it, and integrating it into every aspect of your life. The conclusion is simple, yet profound. Keep practicing. Narrate your day, describe your feelings, reflect on achievements, and shadow stories aloud. Each time you do this, you strengthen your fluency, reinforce vocabulary, and develop the confidence to speak naturally with anyone. English becomes part of your daily rhythm, and your progress compounds with each sentence you speak. Remember, it is not about perfection. It is about effort, habit, and connection to your real life. Over time, these small, deliberate practices transform into a powerful ability to communicate clearly, confidently, and naturally in English. Every morning, afternoon, evening, and night is an opportunity, an invitation to use your language, live in English, and embrace the joy of expressing your life with clarity, depth, and confidence. By the time you lay down to sleep, you have narrated a full day in English, reflected on accomplishments, observed your surroundings, and prepared for tomorrow, all while practicing language naturally. This continuous, thoughtful engagement allows English to become not just a skill, but a living part of your daily existence. Step by step, sentence by sentence, you grow, gaining fluency, confidence, and the ability to express yourself fully. The key is consistency, reflection, and immersion, habits that turn learning into a natural, rewarding part of life. By keeping your mind active, narrating your experiences, and using English in meaningful ways, you are building a lifelong ability to communicate, understand, and live in English fully.